looks like it's going.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. All 3 or 4 of you, hopefully, maybe. You never know.
A confident beginning.
Yeah. Well, you need to have humble beginnings, Tommy. You really do.
That's very true.
You know.
You gotta start somewhere, am I right?
Well, I hope you are all ready for the first episode of SOST.
Yeah, you ready to get sauced?
I am ready. I am ready for my SOSTing, Tommy. I don't know about you.
Oh my God, I've never been more ready in my entire life.
Oh my goodness. Bend me over and sauce me, doggy. Daddy.
That's right. So we're gonna, cut the flip flap.
Yeah.
Cut the chit chat. Get right into these serious topics because we got a lot to discuss today.
Yeah. What are you thinking of discussing today, Tommy?
Well, here's what's been on my mind, Caleb.
What's that, Tommy?
Here's what's been tickling the old brain these days. I'm a little peeved about some stuff. I was just, what I want to cover today is I want to talk a little bit about foreign restaurants.
Yeah. And you spent 4 months abroad, so I think you're gonna have
well, you see,
some experience.
I want to talk not necessarily about restaurants in foreign places, but foreign restaurants in the U.S.
Okay, all right, I follow now.
And I know, I love my Mexican restaurants much as the other guy.
Yeah,
I love my Asian cuisine as much as the other man.
Mm-hmm. You're really speaking to me.
I got some problems though. It's not all peachy keen in the world of foreign eating.
I feel you.
Let me tell you that much. So I don't know about you, Caleb, but one thing I feel pretty strongly about when it comes to eating at a foreign restaurant is when you order the food.
Yes.
For God's sake. When you order the food, okay, let me just ask you first.
Oh no.
How do you order so you have a foreign word written on the menu in front of you.
Yeah.
Do you Americanize it and butcher it and embarrass yourself, or do you put on the most stereotypically awful foreign accent that you can muster in order to try to say it with as much accuracy as possible?
Yeah, I prefer to be a little racist, as racist as I can with my pronunciation of words. Usually, I try and point at whatever this one, and then I just kind of butcher it. Usually that's the route.
So I think the pointing is essential.
Yeah, it really is.
Or else they're not going to understand. Because that's the problem is that you try to say it in the language, and then they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, condescending as it may be.
And then it's embarrassing. Here's my opinion on the ordering process.
Yeah,
I guess every single I guess more so I don't really have one, which is the problem.
I feel you.
That's the problem is. I feel like I should prep in advance. First of all, not something you should need to have going through your brain when going out to get some nice lunch or dinner.
I always have to mentally prepare, for the order, especially.
Honestly, though.
I don't know about foreign restaurants, but I always find McDonald's. I always have the most preparation in mind. Actually, really, it's kind of
communication.
Like, please, I know this is horrible. Please don't judge me as I'm getting. Literally just grease. I just want a little bit of fries. Don't judge me too hard.
It's hard to communicate that to another human being.
I'm on a budget here. Please don't. I mean, I get it. I know. Come on. It's horrible. You know it. I know it. Please do not judge me for this.
Just give me the food.
Yes.
Forget I exist.
Exactly.
Let me eat it.
Forget my face
in my car.
But I see the dilemma here.
Right.
I see the dilemma.
At least at McDonald's, you know how it's pronounced. You know how to order your McNuggets.
That's true.
You know how to order your Big Mac. That's pretty simple.
Amen, brother.
But then you go to like a Mexican restaurant, and you have these things set in front of you, like a topiqueo, or that's one that I ordered recently. I don't even know what it means.
That was a little racist right there. Actually,
I think that's what it's called. I don't know if that's racist. That's just printed on the menu. But here's the dilemma that I face: is they come up to you to take your order, as they do at restaurants.
As they do, yes.
It goes without saying. They come to you to take your order. And you're faced with the difficult decision of, do I say this in the most butchered American accent, or do I say this in the respective accent of the restaurant? Because that feels racist. But then it feels like if you say it in English, it feels like you're like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I am feeling. I don't think this is. This is one of them issues. One of them big issues. There's no right answer. There's no right answer to this dilemma, unfortunately.
I disagree.
You know, it
Well,
comes down
in a sense.
to the individuals of that restaurant. You know, how are they going to take it? You know, are they familiar? You know, maybe in a El Tequila, they're a bit more familiar with the butchering of the. I'll go to the. Where's the Albano? Where's the Albano? I need to use the Albano. The El Tequila, you know, I think they're a bit more familiar with that. Maybe in Southern California or Tejas, they're, you know, you want to be a little bit more, you want to be a little more edgy, maybe a little bit more racist with your pronunciation.
Right.
I mean, you got to play it by ear, I think, you know.
Well, that's the thing is, you know, I feel like the only way to solve this epidemic, because it is an epidemic.
It is a problem. It's a huge
plagues
problem.
America.
Mm-hmm.
It plagues everyone that ever wants to order any sort of foreign cuisine.
I know, like
People
people.
bring the family out, and then you embarrass yourself in front of the wife and kids.
Yep.
Trying to order a really simple Spanish dish.
Amen.
I think we gotta have, like, if we could worldwide meet with some sort of agreement, let's all pronounce it as butchered as possible.
Yeah.
Or let's all pronounce it as stereotyped as possible.
Let's get
that's so much to ask.
Yeah, let's get the UN on this.
It'd be kind of weird to, like, acknowledge the problem verbally, but it would. I mean, think of how much trauma.
Yeah,
it would save
exactly. It
everyone
would
in the long
solve
run.
so many issues. You know, this one we might be agreeing on.
Because there's no more of butchering in English, and then the server has to correct you and ask if that's the right thing, and then you just say yes because you have no idea whether it's the right thing or not, because maybe you're not as skilled in a language as some other people might be. Or the reverse, where you say it, you try to match their accent, and then they just kind of shake their head and roll their eyes and regret all the decisions that led them up to this point in life, and then go and put your order in the back.
You know, Tommy, you're mentioning more about the server, but I think maybe perhaps a bigger issue is not the server so much, is when you butcher it, you use their you're a little racist, maybe stereotypes of whatever they say, and then your friend, your buddy at the table.
But they don't know what to do.
You know, hey, no. They're traveled. You know, they look at you. Wow, Tommy, that was really dumb. You know, it's pronounced the banyo. You put the
That makes even worse.
Exactly. Your friend just looks at you like an idiot.
Right.
So I think that might be the bigger issue here, Tommy. Really.
It's one of many issues
What
that
the fuck,
presents
man?
themselves when trying to.
Oh my God, I'm getting heated.
I know,
Sorry.
right? It's a problem. It's a big problem.
You know, there really is, like, you know, there's this issue, Flint, Michigan's water, and then, you know, it's stuff below that, you know, minor things.
We need to figure this out first.
This really is a top tier issue.
It is.
I have it here written down. You might have an issue with I believe chopsticks. I have written down
Oh my God.
somewhere. You know.
Okay. Yes, I do. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the second thing I want to talk about. So recently, it's my mom's birthday. We went to get some Asian food, and I just think it's so ridiculous that at those restaurants they still use chopsticks. Like, people might say, you know, it's good to keep the heritage in mind. It's good to keep, you know, tradition in mind. But it's two pieces of wood. We live in a day and age with the fork, a tool that's so advanced for eating. Why on earth would we still use chopsticks?
Wow. You know, Tommy, what's really important about the Asian, you know, cuisine is the immersion of the cuisine. That you need to be immersed into the world. You know, it's like it's the Skyrim of cuisine, really. You need to be able to hop in and feel what's going on at that very moment. No, Tommy, you need everything. I don't want to be able to read the menu. I don't want to be able to use the utensils. I don't want to know what kind of bathroom I'm walking into. Okay, this is really important. I think you need to have separate worlds here, Tommy. You have your world and then you have their world. Okay? Very important.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the chopsticks. You know, at my time,
You like the you enjoy using chopsticks.
I do enjoy using
Why?
chopsticks.
Why do you would rather, if you presented the option of a fork or chopsticks, you're gonna use the chopsticks?
Well, it depends on the meal. But Tommy, Tommy, I'm gonna give you the straight and narrow. That I'm not no bullshit here with this one. The reason I like
give it to me.
the
Give it
reason
to me
I
straight.
like the chopsticks.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel better than people.
Yeah, because you think it makes you cooler because you know how to use them.
Exactly. You know what? I can't.
Simpletons like me, you give me 2 pieces of wood to eat my chicken fried rice.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't know what to do with it.
Rice.
I'm not cultured enough.
I will concede. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. I will compromise and say that rice is a challenge to eat with the chopsticks.
It can't be meant for the chopsticks.
That's a bad idea. But everything else.
Everything else.
Well,
all
other
like even get like a big piece of meat or like the pieces of meat or something, sushi, you know, I don't know, like anything like it's even bigger than that you could pick up with 2 tiny pieces of wood. They give you a fork though. We've advanced in civilization enough to invent the fork, which is leagues above using chopsticks. Why on earth would you use the chopsticks?
Well, I don't know, Tommy. Some people still listen to music on vinyl. Okay, it's like the most inconvenient way of listening to music.
Well, you see, I feel
but you get the experience of listening to that music the way it was meant to be listened to, and you get to enjoy the cuisine it was meant to be listened to. My God.
You see, that's a good argument in that, you know, people go back on advances in technology all the time. You got, you know, digital. We're in the digital age. People are still using vinyls. They're still watching VHS tapes on the old VCR.
Well, that one might be a little bit, you know.
Oh, that's where you draw the line.
I mean,
you listen to a vinyl.
All right, people who use VHSs right now should probably, you know.
Ooh.
Maybe they're.
But in that respect, you know, it's a work of cinema. You know, same with the vinyl. It's a mass-produced, heavily financed work of art. You've already purchased it, and that's a way that it's accessible to you. So why would you get the same exact thing, but just on a newer medium? With chopsticks, it's like, you know, it's like cavemen lighting fires with stones, and now we got lighters. Where it's such like we've advanced past that. Why, you know, we're not making our spoons out of cobblestone anymore.
You know, Tommy, I think you answered your question a little while ago. You know, inheritance. You got to remember the past. Remember what happened. You know, never forget. You know, that's what they say. A common saying.
You know, you keep it in mind. You know, you don't need to frame chopsticks and hang them on your wall.
Tommy, are chopsticks really that big? You know, how many restaurants realistically do you go into that have chopsticks? I'm just asking.
Well, I mean, obviously you're not gonna go into like Burger King and they're gonna give you
maybe they should
chopsticks.
Maybe they
should. With, but I mean, you know, you go into any Asian restaurant you go into, they give you chopsticks and they give you a fork.
Well,
obviously, like, okay, we understand you're stupid. You don't know how these are properly used. Here's the fork. But what I see is there's 2 pieces of wood to eat your sushi with, or here's a fork, which through years of technological advances we've perfected, so you can eat without straining your thumb.
Okay. I mean, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. I think we're getting nowhere on the chopstick front.
I don't know,
Tommy. Really, oh my goodness, It's so important to remember to where you come from. It's a new skill. It's a new skill you can pick up.
Like, you know,
do you not want to learn a new skill while you're enjoying your Kung Pao chicken? It's like, just you enjoy the meal. You enjoy where it's from, Tommy. And you know why do we get food that melts your face when you eat it? You know, it's so freaking hot.
You drive a car. Why don't you switch that in for a horse and buggy?
You know, maybe I should.
Maybe I should.
Maybe I should at some point. It'd probably be more convenient in some aspects.
You think so?
In some,
to feed in house. An inconvenience, if you will, when we've technologically advanced past that.
That doesn't sound right. I don't think that's the case at all. No. I disagree.
Just like with
completely
chopsticks.
Disagree. Completely disagree.
They have forks. You can wash them. You can reuse them.
But chopsticks are like
disposable?
Chopsticks are that is a benefit, you have to admit. Chopsticks.
A benefit. You think the disposable chopstick is a benefit?
Tommy, chopsticks are like 50 cents. I know you're a frugal man, but at some point it does get ridiculous. Chopsticks are dirt cheap. You can use them. You can toss them. They don't take they don't take any space up in the dishwasher. You don't got to worry about them. Could you imagine just having just pieces of wood? You can just throw them back into the wood. Give them back. Give back to the wood.
Okay, well then we got to talk about something else.
Oh no!
Because
not again.
You know they make metal chopsticks, reusable chopsticks. Why? Yeah. Why? If they're so cheap, why would you want stainless steel chopsticks?
Maybe the stainless steel chopsticks, I think, are for the people who want the feel of classic Chinese cuisine or Asian cuisine,
material used
but
to make
with the durability of a fork, Tommy. I think. Sure. Tommy, I don't think you're taking this conversation very seriously.
I'm taking it as seriously as I can.
Oh, okay. Deathly serious.
Deathly serious.
Okay.
I am passionate about my hatred for chopsticks.
Maybe you should just learn. Get good, as they say in the Dark Souls community. I believe that is something that they say. Haven't beaten the third one. I got to the last boss.
You're changing the subject.
No, I'm not. I'm not changing the subject. Why would I be trying to get away, Tommy? I'm clearly winning. I think I'm clearly winning. I'll have a conversation. I'll talk to my people, and I'll get more information about the chopsticks.
You can go out to dinner, and you can stumble around, drop your food 50 times like you're playing a crane game.
Wow.
At the back of the bar.
You've gone a little too far.
Trying to pick up your chicken.
You're going too far now.
2 pieces of wood. It drives me bonkers. Bonkers McGonkers, my boy. I can't take it.
You know, I don't know if one thing I don't like about the chopsticks, they're very in a lot of Asian cultures, there's a lot of rules about how you use chopsticks. Like you cannot stab things, if I remember right.
You're not allowed to do that?
You're not like supposed to. That's like rude, if I remember right. And like stabbing your food and leaving your chopsticks like upright is also rude. If I remember, I believe that's a thing. Maybe that might be just a horrible. I probably lost you a few subscribers.
If that's the case, that would make me even more furious.
I mean,
because that simplifies it so much. Do they want it to be difficult to eat your food?
You know, they might. Maybe, Tommy. It's a challenge. You know, only the best of the best can enjoy this food. Only the best of the best are able to slide this food down their gullet.
Those aren't the people in America that use chopsticks.
I don't know, Tommy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to get this through your dense skull any more than I already have. Okay.
Yeah.
My God. Wow. Wow.
I don't know. I'm not wowed by
chopsticks, by bamboo. Bamboo is an amazing wood. It's
sure,
lightweight and strong, Tommy, and it grows. It's like the fastest growing plant ever. I think I saw that on MythBusters once.
You did the research.
I'm fairly research, maybe.
It was fated.
It was. I mean, it was kind of just
meant to learn it.
It really is just like downloaded into everyone's consciousness at this point. I think.
I suppose.
It's just standard knowledge, really.
Yeah, is that right? I don't know. Use the bamboo for something more useful.
Wow. Okay.
Anything, you know.
Do you have any more on foreign restaurants, Tommy? I'm a little curious now. What else do you got for us?
That was about most of the venting because I love them. You know, it's just those couple things. It's there's that awkward barrier between because many people, including myself, are not as cultured as they would appreciate being, and then you feel bad, you know.
Okay.
And I don't know. It puts you in an awkward situation. You're like,
okay. Oh, all right. Oh,
it's
okay.
just these awkward. Well, the chopsticks less so than the language of purchasing a meal.
Okay.
The chopsticks, I just think that's dumb. But
okay.
Still, you feel like when I'm like when a scenario that I find myself in often is at an Asian restaurant, and I'm not giving up on the chopsticks.
Okay. I mean, it's a good, you never give up. I think, Adele probably said that at some point.
Adele.
I don't know where she came from in this, but you continue. Please continue.
Lost my train. Oh yeah. Okay. So you're with a group, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to use the chopsticks because there's a fork.
I see where this is going.
A fork sitting right in front of me, but everyone else.
I see.
Everyone else at the table is using the chopsticks.
And you just look like a dunce.
And who comes by to check on you, see how the food's going? Your waiter, your waitress. Mm-hmm. And what do they see is all these people at the table quote unquote appreciating the culture, using their pieces of wood,
Actually loving the food.
to slowly meander food into their gullets.
Slide some food down their gullet.
Yeah, and then there's me using the advanced fork, and I look like the idiot because I don't know how to use. I prefer. I prefer not to use chopsticks.
Okay, I mean,
it's degrading. You can just sense the disdain in the server's eyes.
Yeah, you do.
You feel bad.
Yep. One thing I was when you brought this topic to me, you didn't mention a whole lot, but I was when you mentioned foreign restaurants, I was curious about your feeling about the raw fish and a lot of the delicacies of a lot of foreign countries.
Well,
and,
not,
I know you're not a big fish guy.
I'm not a big fish guy.
How do you
eating fish? Well,
you got to meander your way through the menu.
But that's different,
Really? All right.
Because at least there's still people still enjoy eating that.
Mm-hmm. You always have your chicken tenders too,
Of course. Yeah.
At any foreign restaurant.
The alternative, the chicken fried rice, the simple for my simple unadvanced palate.
Exactly.
But that's still stuff that people enjoy, and that has cultural significance to it. It comes through many years, some of them, I suppose. So that makes sense.
Okay.
Just don't eat them with two pieces of wood.
All right.
Use a damn fork. It tastes the same. It's like those people that are like, oh, it doesn't taste.
It does add, a slight woody, a wood flavor. I don't know why I couldn't say that. An addition of a wood flavor, to your fish.
Make a fork out of wood.
Maybe you should invent that.
A fork out of wood. But we wouldn't do that because we've advanced past making our silverware out of wood. It's silverware now.
Okay. All right. I have this written down, but this probably was just me. I was curious about your take on rude old Asian women. Is that, that kind of tags into language. I don't know why, but I was just curious about your take on, kind of just people speaking like a different language. This is more like a pedicure, place that you go to, a salon, and someone's kind of just. They're speaking a different language, and they're just judging you, man. You got any insight onto that? You don't like that? You think?
Do you? I'm
not the racist here.
Yeah.
I don't hate Asian culture.
I don't hate it. I'm nothing against it. I just think move on.
On the first episode, we lost all of our subscribers.
I'm not racist. I promise. I don't know.
Okay. That was
you brought this up.
No, I don't.
So now I want to hear your opinion on this. I don't know if there specifically is something. I think there's a rude person for everyone.
I think there is,
there are rude people of every
of course
breed of human out there.
There is. I do find this unique stereotype among a lot of people. People always think every time you hear someone speaking a different language around you, you always think it's about you for some reason. I feel like that's not a horribly uncommon feeling, I suppose. I guess that was where I really wanted to go with this.
Is that
for
how
some
you
reason?
Feel? You feel
no, I mean, all right. There's always that part of the back of your mind. There's like they're talking shit about you, but when you actually think about it and digest it in your head, you've come to the conclusion that is most likely not what is on these people's mind. They probably are not just talking mad shit about everyone that passes. That just passes them on the street. But of course, in your head, for like that little, instinctual part of your brain, I'm sure, kind of just jumps to that conclusion for some reason. I don't know why.
I could believe that.
There's got to be some Freud theory about that, of course.
That's something to study. You know what I can see though is. If you have a conversation with someone who speaks a second language, or maybe English isn't the first language, that would also be speaking a second language.
Yeah.
And you have a conversation with them in a language that you both understand, and then immediately after that they say something in a different language. Now that would be
okay.
You can't argue that is
sketchy. Well, sure, I'm sure there are circumstances. There are circumstances in which you might be a bit more suspicious.
Yeah.
So you have nothing else to add for foreign restaurants?
That's more or less that's more or less the strong opinions I feel in those very specific regards. But
Okay.
I hope that didn't make me sound racist.
No, I'm sure some.
I love going. I love experiencing their culture.
They do have very good food.
We gotta. I'm done being embarrassed when I go eat.
That's true. Usually, it's oftentimes a lot healthier than a lot of the American fast food joints. You want to get some rice.
Yeah, well, see, like if I go to McDonald's,
some rice and meat.
Do you want an extra burger for $1? And I say yes. And then, do you want an extra pie for $1? And I say yes. Then I reserve the right to be embarrassed about being a monster.
Yep.
But that's I put that on myself.
Mm-hmm.
You go in there knowing that you're gonna leave with less dignity than coming in. But but these other factors where it's like kind of out of your control.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, that's what gets me going.
Tommy, I would probably judge you less for getting more and more food at McDonald's if it wasn't for the McDonald's app to always make it cheaper at the end that you use consistently. But hey, that is neither here nor there.
Might be a topic for another day.
That is another episode right there, I think.
Squabble that later.
Yeah, we'll have to bring that out later. But my topic for today, I think.
That's right. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear what you got.
I've
done enough wine.
You know what I hate? You know what grinds my gears, what flusters my tush? Movies that are so bad that people go out and watch them for comedy. There's a niche market for this, and with your friends, you have a large group of people in an empty auditorium watching this movie, and you can be loud and make fun of this movie all you want. Sure, there is value in doing that, but the people that just do this, and it's a full theater, and something like the Emoji Movie, who just want to laugh at it afterwards, is so painful. I can't do it. I just cannot. I cannot bring myself to watch. I know you do that. I know for a fact that you do this.
Me hard because this is something that's very near and dear to my heart and soul. I love bad movies.
There's a market for him. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 is an excellent.
You like that.
I love Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Do you genuinely like that movie?
I do genuinely love Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
You don't like it as a bad movie.
No.
You actually think it is a good piece of cinema.
There is legitimate funny jokes.
You actually
in Paul.
Laughed.
Yes, I genuinely laugh at that movie in several instances. Okay.
That baffles me.
But
it's so bad.
I cannot bring myself. I don't want to watch monster trucks. I've agreed to,
that's
but
right.
I am not looking forward to it. Alvin
I don't understand.
and Tommy, I do remember this distinct moment. When we were going to watch all 4 of the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies.
Correct.
And me and we fell asleep halfway through. At least halfway through.
Yeah.
But you got through at least one more movie without us. Okay.
Right. So we watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, a classic.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel.
Yep.
Even more classic.
Exactly.
And then you passed out.
Of course.
You abandoned me. That's the thing. Okay, so here's... Bad movies they're a group experience.
They are.
It's like sending George Washington, our boy Georgie, into the Revolutionary War by himself.
Are you comparing horrible movies to George Washington?
I'm comparing horrible movies to the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
not the best metaphor or simile, but you understand what I'm saying.
I feel what you're saying.
It's a team. No one should struggle through these alone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a little inhumane, and I agree. It's a little sad if some like grown man is getting a kick out of watching Cool Cat Saves the Kids like in his bedroom by himself. That's a little messed up. I can't really get behind that.
You're bummed
with a group. But yeah, so we watch Alvin and the Chipmunks, a classic, and Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel,
of course,
the classic, and you pass out.
And then you finish. I believe you finished the third one least.
I think what happened. No, I definitely knew you guys were passed out, and I put the third one in anyway. It felt like we began the battle,
and you were gonna finish it.
We began the war. This was just yet one more battle in the war before Alvin and the Chipmunks Road Chip.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we had to complete what we started.
You had to finish
because we set out to accomplish this feat of watching all 4 of these, and then you to abandon me in the
This is
woods.
true.
If George Washington was the last man standing on that Revolutionary War field, would he give up?
I don't think he would have.
He'd turn around. He would bring guns ablazing into that army, and he would give his darndest. That's exactly what I did. And and after I finished that, the entirety of Chipwrecked, I was a defeated man. I was bleeding out on the battlefield.
Oof.
I could not. I did not have the strength to put in Road Chip.
I do feel bad for. I felt bad.
Fight.
I felt bad. You did give it your all,
It was
but
sad. One of the lowest moments of my life.
I think, you made your. I don't know if this is the best analogy to George Washington, because I think George Washington was a wise man, and I don't know if he would have ran into battle
He
alone.
He wouldn't have brought people destined to
fail, really.
Destined to retreat on him.
That's true.
To bail on him.
Destined.
He would have brought troops that
would
stick with them till the end.
Tommy, you said we were going to be arguing a little bit on this podcast, but I don't think you mentioned it getting so personal. Okay.
You brought up Alvin and the Chipmunks. What am I supposed to do?
Tommy, this is a little bit too far. I think we got to take it back a little bit. Maybe we'll regroup.
But yeah, we'll go back to why do you dislike it so much?
Okay, there are movies that are genuinely, maybe it's just I'm just too picky about my bad movies, because there are definitely movies that are so painful to watch even as a group. The one that comes to mind best is the Smurf movie that we watched as a group. If you've ever seen that movie,
was at the Lost Village.
That was, yes. If you've ever seen that movie, I'm genuinely sorry. You've probably spent money on that and lost some brain cells, or it probably genuinely took time out of your life. It shortened your lifespan.
Pretty movie.
Really, it was
It's a good looking.
It was an alright. It looked okay.
Movie.
Gotta
admit,
there was no comedy to be found in it. It was not like that was the problem though. That was the problem. Like, it was a good looking movie. It ran well, but it had nothing to offer besides being like, it was it was pretty. That was about it. It wasn't even accidentally funny. That's the problem.
I'm bumping the table too much.
Sorry. I'm getting too heated. Sorry.
You're starting to reach over.
Too much fucking angst.
Grab me by the throat. Okay. Well, so you think no value in that?
There was no value in that.
I just like the situation itself.
You've lost time. You can't even in a movie theater. You're with your buddies. You can't even fully go into depth with jokes or anything. You can't do that.
Isn't it kind of beautiful to know that you're suffering together?
No, it really isn't. No.
Okay, I'll agree with you there. A little less bearable to watch a bad movie in a theater.
Yes,
there are other people. You don't get that experience of getting to talk about it and getting to make fun of it because you feel bad. Like if you're a good person, you're not going to talk about you're not going to blabber
do your best
throughout the movie in case other people are enjoying it, which they're probably not. But you got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's true. They spent money on this. They deserve their time.
Right, yeah, because that's also time they're never going to get paid, and they don't want to have a bad time.
You're damn right.
So, the movie's bad enough.
That's true.
Don't be the person talking through it. But I'll agree. Bad movies. Bad movies not meant to be watched with people who think they might be good movies.
Okay.
Bad movies, great to watch. Correct me if I'm wrong. Great to watch with people who expect them to be bad movies.
There's a point. I think there's a curve to this. It's kind of you have a really good movie, and it starts getting worse and worse to watch, and it's less and less fun. And then it hits a point where it's so bad, you never want to watch this movie again. But then it just tips a little bit further into being a horror.
This movie again.
Yeah. Or you never want to see this movie,
in general.
Just imagine the graph, and it's getting movies are getting progressively worse. But then at a point, it's it's a movie so bad, and it just shoots right back up into being watchable and amazing.
Really?
Like that, it needs to be the perfect amount of horrible. Like, for example, Book Club was an amazing, almost Book Club 2, yes. Book Club. by all intents and purposes, did nothing right. Not a single thing was done well in that movie.
It's true.
And
it's
it was
really
beautiful because of it. It was beautiful. The Smurf Village, there was actual effort and time and money put into this movie.
It's a sad thing. It's sad to watch an animated movie because there's so much more work behind it, and then if it's not good, you just feel bad.
Same with the Emoji Movie and half of Adam Sandler's career, really.
See, that's I want to touch on that.
Okay.
Before, if you don't mind, sidetracking down this route, because I love bad movies. I love watching bad movies, but even I draw the line somewhere. Like the Emoji Movie. I don't think that's a movie that should be appreciated as a bad movie.
Okay.
Adam Sandler movies. I don't think those should be appreciated as bad movies.
Yeah.
Stuff like that where where there's no effort,
Well,
it's just a cash in. It's soulless.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That there's just so little behind it. I feel like what makes a bad movie kind of magical is so much work put into it, and so much love and care.
Yeah,
and it's just doesn't work.
Yeah, the honesty behind it. I will agree on that part. I will agree on that.
The honesty. If it's genuine.
If it's a genuine movie
it's a lot harder to appreciate the horribleness. That totally being a word.
Yeah.
If it's soulless, it has to be.
That's true. I'll concede there. If it's an honest movie and it falls flat on its face, much more enjoyable experience. But still,
which is kind of sad. It sounds like a terrible thing to say, but it's true.
Oh yeah, well, sure, of course. There are.
But you hate a lot of those as well.
I just cannot bring myself. It's the fact that I'm putting time and money and effort aside.
Watching this beautiful piece of art that someone poured their heart and soul into.
God, there's so much.
Helping them accomplish their dreams.
Oh no!
By seeing their movie.
You can't put that on me.
You feel like you're wasting your time.
I do feel like I'm wasting my time. It's kind of I don't know. It's like you're just buying a brick. It's useless in a lot of ways. Of course, like
the person who made the brick, they're getting paid.
That's true. It's
unless
unfortunate.
You pirate the brick.
Well,
brick.
Well, it's still you're just losing time to all this other great content that's being created as well. There's so much coming out right now, and I need to focus my efforts onto those things. How many episodes at Netflix is pumping out for various titles? Hundreds of episodes of just various titles, and they're all doing amazing right now.
I guess that's what's a really true thing is that you watch a lot more good things.
I try to. I do my best. That's true.
I don't invest much time in things that are meant to be good. Or things that I go into thinking it's going to be good. So I guess that's a bit of a difference. Which is not a good thing.
One of my, this is maybe a bit more of a side complaint, I suppose, but I never like the craze behind a lot of these movies as well. For example, all right, this is gonna strike a nerve, Tommy. I hope you're prepared. The Room. My God!
You're bringing up the granddaddy.
The granddaddy of all bad movies.
You don't like what?
I've never. I can't say too much. I have not. I gotta admit, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
You can hardly judge it without
the craze behind this movie. I don't get it. I just can't.
Oh, really? That one makes the most sense to me.
At some point, I do need to see. I want to see it. At some point, I need to. But the fans behind this movie are ridiculous. It gets to a point where
it's almost beautiful how
disagree.
How into it they are.
Oh my goodness.
In my opinion.
Oh, I mean, okay.
People going to mass viewings and chucking spoons at the screen and screaming out lines, and there's something kind of beautiful about it. If you ask me.
I mean, I suppose it's like going to a museum and just seeing just trash written on the wall and kind of just, I'm really into this. I'm into this. This is worth money.
Van Gogh is sitting right over there.
Exactly.
Citizen Kane on the
it really,
on the shelf.
That's kind of how I see it though. These low budget, they tried, but it's just scribbles on the wall at the end of the day, really. And I can't. It's so hard for me to put my wallet and my time aside for this content.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, I never thought about it like that. But I don't know. I mean, you talk about enjoying Book Club as a bad movie.
I did enjoy Book Club.
And you talk about a movie that has nothing right. The Room, literally has nothing.
That's true.
Right with it.
Okay.
Book Club, you know, there's at least a story there where stuff makes sense and stuff like follows up when
Okay.
it's brought up. The Room has nothing right with it.
Of course,
nothing.
Of course, you're right. I do need to see it. Maybe there's a good to fair chance my mind will be changed. You know, you never know with these sort of things, really. But the book, you know, there's also a
I got it if you want to.
You know, maybe at some point in the very near future.
You can watch it tonight. I know you're not really doing much. Right?
I got internet porn to watch. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know how I like to spend my time, Tommy. But the Book Club, you know, there's also a context behind the Book Club. You know, we got the golden seat. Really, we had an empty theater. We had all of our best friends, and we all sat in the back with a bunch of popcorn and our favorite drinks. And we just got to rip into this movie
that was the
as loud as possible. It was beautiful. It was perfect.
It was on the big screen. It was theatrical.
It really was.
We each had to pay for it, but you know, still.
Well, yeah. That, you know, there was a context behind that movie that did make it great and made it better.
Okay.
And you know, I could. God, it's, you know, there's very specific. Anything that needs a really specific time where you can actually sit down and watch it, I think is not a good, probably not the best content. You know, I love going to movie theaters like just on a whim and, you know, getting a ticket and seeing a movie that I've been waiting for.
Would you have to find it at a specific time?
I mean,
watch the content?
A specific time, but I don't need like a week, like a few days of notice to let my all right, buddies, guys, come with me. I don't know.
How is that different from a bag? You got a pal that owns the DVD. You can watch it literally whenever you want. Going to a movie in the theater, you got to pick apart a specific day, a specific time, and if you don't fit it in within like 2 weeks, that movie's gone forever. And then you got to not spend $8 on it. You got to spend like $20
That's
on
true.
it.
You put up a good argument. You do put up a good argument here.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, especially you got someone like me who will find the DVD, the kind Samaritan that I am.
Okay.
Find that DVD for everybody. Bring it
For
to
everybody.
their attention. For not for me.
Oh,
I don't do it for me. I do it for everyone.
I do. You know.
And you got it right there. You can watch it, you know, like The Room.
That's
I got
true.
it right up there. Just a reminder, right up my room.
Yep.
Got it right now. I could give it to you right after this.
Yeah.
You could watch it immediately.
I-
This laptop right here, I got a DVD player. You could slap it in, and we could stop right now. You could watch it if you so desired. It's super accessible. You don't have to pay a cent. Not a cent. It's right here.
I think I do have some plans. You know, later tonight. You know.
Okay. But that's the great
you
thing.
know.
You could have plans for a month. It's still gonna be there. It's still gonna be there. It's like a book.
You know, Tommy, this whole roommate thing, you know, it seemed like a great idea, but you know, in hindsight, you know, some things just don't work out. You know.
Of course, I understand.
I might just be heading out after this, really.
I do not blame you.
You know, okay, all right. You've partly won me over, okay, with the room at least.
Well, I want to get back to something before I forget. Book Club is a movie that's so bad, it's kind of magical that you enjoy.
I don't know what it is about it. Like, I guess it's hard to put my finger on it. It really was just like being able to dig into this movie in a way that was so satisfying with your pals in this empty movie theater. That was really fun. But
that, you know, people go to see The Room. That's exactly
and
everyone's pals because they all hate the same. Well, not hate. They appreciate the same horrible movie.
And we've done this before too, where we've seen like Angry Birds 2, or was it? No, it was just Angry Birds. Sorry, I keep on adding.
It's on the way, so mark the calendar.
Oh no!
Thank you for reminding me.
You know,
we're gonna have to go and see that one as well.
Oh my God! The horrible part is I can't even tell if you're actually joking right now. There's a good. No, you're not joking. I don't think you're joking. You know, we saw Angry Birds, and that was, you know, it's another one of those things. You see it, and it really it was funny at parts. It was fun to be there at sometimes, but in the grand, you just God, you're just looking at this horrible movie There was just a cash grab. It was not honest, as you said, as you
Right,
brought
not
up.
honest. Yeah. It's, yeah.
And there
it
was
just bad.
You know,
that
there
one was just bad.
There were things to be enjoyed.
You make the most out of it.
So
really.
that's true. You do make the most out of it. I don't know. I don't think I have a whole lot more on bad movies. I don't.
Well, okay. One thing I want.
all right.
So you talked about what I'm curious about. You talked about a movie that one movie in particular that you thought was so bad it's good, being Book Club. I want to know an example of a movie you think is so bad it's just bad.
Oh, okay. Well, we touched on the Smurfs. That is definitely
Yeah.
one. That was a horrible experience of a movie.
I mean, have you seen any of is it like a? You've never seen The Room?
No.
We never watched Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
When I think of like a bad movie that's bad, I usually think of something like some AAA title, like the Jurassic Park, whatever, Jurassic World. Sorry, that was just a horrible experience of a movie,
agree,
really.
But, I mean, but like a movie that is like accepted to be so bad it's good, that you think is so bad it's bad.
Maybe I'm not experienced in this.
You haven't
Man.
seen him.
Seen
him. You haven't been introduced to the beautiful world.
It's
because you will never watch the movie.
I know. It's God. It's kind of it's a bit like you don't start smoking cigarettes. It's kind of like that. You don't really want to start. Don't start or else you get addicted. And then,
Next thing you know, you're watching a Birdemic Shock and Terror.
Oh my goodness,
in your bedroom
that
alone
looks horrible.
when you're supposed to be at work.
I don't like it's just awkward to watch. I don't know.
I think that's the magic.
Those ones I've hit, though, like especially Birdemic, and like Sharknado and like all those horrible.
Yeah, you see, I don't agree with Sharknado because that one. Okay, that's. Oh, sorry, I'll let you finish.
Well, these just horribly animated. There's no there's no skill. There's no like comedy. There's nothing in them. Birdemic is one of them, in my opinion. Yeah. That is just an atrocious movie.
Have you seen it though?
I've seen enough. You've seen
it, but have you seen it though?
Have you
seen the full thing?
You know what? I haven't.
It's magic.
God.
It's magic.
I don't think I could bring myself to watching it. It just
magical.
looks so bad. It's
It
so
is.
bad.
It is. That's the magic.
What is the one you tried to show me? It was My Talking Cat on Netflix. That movie is horrifying. It's not even. It's not like bad. It's not bad for like the regular reasons. That one's bad because it's terrifying. It's like this empty house that's huge, and it's one guy and his cat that talks to him. It's a horrifying movie. It should be a horror movie. That's what it should be classified as.
Brings the families together.
No,
this
it's
poor
horrible.
Single man, this poor single
no.
woman. He brings them together.
It's depressing. It's creepy. It just ruins your day.
Did you see it through to the end though?
No, we stopped because it's too. I couldn't get through it. I could not do it.
That sounds about right.
That was horrible. It was.
It gets so bad. It gets so good. So bad.
It gets so
good.
Oh my goodness, no.
It's. I mean, really, it's a national treasure.
I can't. I just
an underrated.
I don't know if I
classic.
could bring myself to finishing it. I don't think I could. It was just like too bizarre and like it was unsettling to watch actually.
handle it.
That one was unsettling to watch. I gotta admit.
It is like the MS Paint.
It was
Adobe
my goodness.
Photoshop. Yeah, it's not for the
faint of heart.
the
if you
faint
will.
of heart. Yeah, it's exactly. It's not for the faint of
You need to
heart.
prepare for that movie
You
ahead
really
of
do.
time. Oh my goodness.
What was I gonna say before?
We were talking about bird. What was that? No, was it Birdemic?
With Sharknado.
Yeah,
'Cause
Sharknado.
That's what personally gets me is when
They try and make a movie that's so bad that it's good.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
again, it's not honest.
It's not honest.
It's not honest with like it's like a different breed. You have like the lack of honesty in the big, huge like $1 million budget films like Angry Birds and
Yeah.
and Smurfs: The Lost Village,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, where it's just so dishonest and it's bad, and it's going to be bad, but it's because there's no soul in it. It's because it wasn't meant to be good necessarily.
Mm-hmm. But
Not meant to be good. Probably no one really cared too much whether it was good or not because it's going to make money.
for sure.
But yeah, when people try to play off of like the so bad it's good. Because what makes it so bad that it's good
is they tried.
They
really.
tried.
I see that, but going back, I want to go back to the Community real quick. Sharknado made money, Tommy. You're forgetting.
It sucks.
Sharknado is beloved by many
they
people.
They killed it. They tapped into that market of people who loved those crappy movies.
And people ate it up.
They ate it up.
That's the horrible. It worked though. It worked. They pulled the wool over people's eyes, and it worked. That makes
me upset.
People.
I think that is a genuine waste of time. If someone purposefully makes a horrible piece of art and expects you to spend your time and your money on it.
So you're saying,
that gets me.
So Tommy, what you're suggesting
that does not butter my toast.
What you're suggesting, Tommy, is
yeah.
I gamble with these so bad it's good movies. Spend my time and money, and maybe under the right circumstances with my pals that I have to rustle up. I have to rustle up my pals.
I go through a rigorous selection process to find the baddest of the bad.
But then you expect me.
It's not a gamble.
You expect me to go through all of this, Tommy, and then maybe I might enjoy this so bad it's good movie, or I could spend that same amount of money and get a movie that I can rely on from a producer, a director that I enjoy, I've consistently liked. They put out quality content, and maybe there's of course there's always that chance you might not like it, but that gamble is significantly reduced, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, with our 3 viewers.
Yeah.
Viewers, I'm really happy you're here, by the way. I have to admit, I hope you're there. I hope you're listening.
Oh, man. But, I don't know. It's, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. It could be said for anything. Mm-hmm. You're not going to see me, practicing
the chopsticks.
You're
exactly. Not going to be practicing the chopsticks.
You're not going to see me in my room spending all this time with 2 pieces of wood lodged in my sweaty palms, clawing at some tiny piece of chicken.
All right.
To try, you're not going to see me doing that because I'm not interested in it.
Different strokes for different folks. For me. Really,
I'd rather be watching bad movies.
All right.
But but
I'm always trying to practice my chopstick skills. I'm always practicing my chopstick skills.
Oh, yeah, is that right?
That's true. Every day.
It's basic. It's like a 9-to-5 job.
It really is. You got to keep them sharp. Keep your skills sharp for the chopsticks.
But you got to give it a shot, though. You see, I've given these chopsticks a shot, and I've realized, I hate these. I hate these pieces of wood. I hate eating like this when I got a trusty old fork.
Okay.
When I got that trusty old fork from me, and you got that trusty old John Wick.
John Wick was a solid
John
movie.
Wick without that trusty old stainless steel John Wick.
That's true.
When you got that wooden ancient The Room, sitting in the back.
I believe you. You not gonna
know.
You gotta admit, I have seen my fair share of some of these bad movies. It's
true, but I will admit the ones that we've watched, we gone to the theater. Those have been a gamble. Those have been a gamble.
Okay,
because they're not out. You don't know how other people react to it. We're the pioneers of those bad movies, and sometimes you
get shorted
sailing,
on them. Yeah,
you find an island. And it's not very fruitful. It's just it's just a heap of sand.
Just a bunch of lemons.
Yeah.
As it be.
Bunch of lemons.
Bunch of rubes.
But when life gives you lemons, Caleb,
you're gonna have really shitty lemonade, man, my dude.
You need that sugar.
Yeah, that's true. You do need sugar.
You need that sugar.
You do need sugar. That is a real shame of the.
But when life gives you them lemons,
water,
them sugar, them water,
them water. You are going to have a quality.
You're going to make some flapping lemonade.
You're going to have a quality product. I got to admit, you really are.
Sitting with the room in my room.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting here with these lemons, this sugar, this water, conveniently for you.
Yeah,
and maybe you don't like lemonade.
Yeah, all right,
but you got all the ingredients to make some darn good lemonade.
I see a part of your argument. I kind of do something similar. Like it's a little different, but you watch bad movies. I like to buy the occasional video game that will toughen your tuchus up. As it were. I like the occasional Dark Souls. That like bends you over. It's not always a pleasant experience, but you're enjoying it. You're enjoying the process.
Sure, the torture, the self-inflicted.
I think it's
in a healthy way.
Exactly. I can see it. I could see it working.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the movies are for me, my dog. My dog.
You know, you can't.
My pup.
You can't,
I don't know if these movies are for me.
yeah, but you don't know for sure. Let's go watch The Room right now.
You know, you keep. You
I'm
know,
gonna strap you to a chair. I'm gonna tape you to a chair. I'm gonna tape your eyes open and let you enjoy this masterpiece, this master flop.
I hope there is an audience just so they heard that.
This master plop.
Please call the police. He's tying me to the chair.
It's gonna
currently.
It is going. You can hear the tape.
The tape being strapped down.
I'm doing it right now. But you got to give it a shot. That's the thing. That's the thing.
You know, with all my my free time, I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah.
You know, with all the free time that I've been given. Yep. I will do that.
You're gonna do it. But
you
can't
do
it alone. But you can't do it alone.
All right.
You have to experience it with others.
Oh, it's such a hassle.
The Room,
Tommy,
you could experience by yourself. I think that's one that's like, you could, because it's that
okay.
magnificent.
You know, Tommy,
life-changing.
you bring up the hassle of chopsticks, but this sounds just like a huge hassle.
Going back to the chopsticks.
Tommy, this sounds like a huge hassle. You know, these sound very analogous to me, Tommy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, they're both hassles. You gotta learn to deal with them. You gotta have the right circumstance.
Sure.
But for you, it's you can't do the chopsticks, and I cannot do the horrible movies.
Well, you see, I've tried the
chopsticks. Oh my goodness!
I've given the chopsticks a fair shot. Sure, I've never really looked into how to properly use them. That's correct.
Okay.
I've heard people have told me before, and I've tried. But you never really put too much effort into it. I will admit, but love the Treadsteel fork.
Tommy, we're just going around in circles here. I don't know what to.
You're right.
I don't know what to say now. I don't know what to do with this.
But that's
What do you say, Tommy? Do we end it here? Do we agree to disagree?
Well, we'll press the button and we'll go out on the porch and
tussle.
And we'll
have a little
throw
fight.
the fists, and then either I knock you unconscious and then slap you in front of a copy of The Room,
no.
or you knock me unconscious and you smack me in a Chinese restaurant where none of the menu is English.
or
they don't give you a fork.
Yeah,
they just give you those two pieces of bamboo.
No forks allowed in those restaurants. I do know a few. You're gonna have to knock you out pretty hard. It's gonna be a long tussle. Hopefully, we're gonna butter up a little bit. But
absolutely.
Well, you'll hear about that on the next episode, I'm sure. Of SOST.
Crank it sauce. Let us know. You like chopsticks, or are you smart? Or do you like yourself some bad movies, or are you boring?
Wow.
Let us know.
Do you like to spend your money well, or do you like to go see good movies? Or do you like bad movies? I goofed up my own joke. Wow. How did I get this gig? How was I hired? Oh my goodness. Do you like to look cultured, or do you like to use a stupid old fork in your Chinese restaurant? Wow. Do you like to look like an idiot when you read the menu? Or do you think you should be just a little bit racist? Let us know on the next episode of
Just a little bit racist.
SOST.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.